Dave Palumbo here with an RX Muscle News update. I want to give you guys a update on what is going on across this country in terms of gyms opening up and this new string of lawsuits that have been launched against the government for the unconstitutionality of closing these gyms to begin with, and the impunitive damages that are going to be held accountable for. I have a new friend of mine who I met here in Cape Coral recently who owns a gym called P2 Training, Patty Cummings, who's here with Aaron Bathory, and they're going to talk about their lawsuit against Governor DeSantis here in Florida, despite the fact that the gyms were open this past Monday. Welcome, guys, to RX Muscle.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you, Dave.
Patty, explain to us exactly, why you launched this lawsuit and what you're hoping to accomplish with it, and why is it valid?
Yes. Okay. So in the very beginning, we've been following this whole COVID-19 from January. And even in the beginning of March, we said to some of our clients that had autoimmune disorders that maybe you should be coming back for a little while. Let's see what happens. By that time, they had basically stated an emergency. Let's shut down. We were gladly to do it for the safety of the people. But when time starts going on and other places are opening up, but the gyms, vacation rentals, hair salons, nail salons, you start wondering, who are you to say who's essential and who's not essential? The big corporate companies such as Super Walmart can be open, watching people keep different pairs of hands, numerous, touching bananas, pick them up, put them down, no gloves, no mask. I'm going, you kidding me? And you're telling us that we can't be open? We have better guidelines than the store does.
How much money you feel you lost in the last 2 months from not being open?
How much?
Yeah. Was it significant?
Yes, because I have a product that I created out of the studio, which is Astro Durance. It's a bungee system. So all gyms are shut down across America, which affected both of the businesses.
Sure. People
don't understand small businesses are very important because they grow into large businesses. And if you ask me, small businesses is the backbone of America, and they broke our backbone, and we have to repair it. We have to fix it.
Now I got to tell you, I was looking at your website, that Astro Durance. I don't know if my producer Tyler can find some video on it. It is unbelievable. I don't know how you came up with the idea. First of all, it looks very dangerous, but it looks like super fun. How'd you come up with that idea of swinging from these bungee ropes and stuff like that?
Well, helping clients out and bringing things in the gym so they wouldn't have pain on their joints. And then it dawned on me, acrobats been doing it and dancers for over 30 years out of cords. But I thought I could buy it and I couldn't. So I just went to the drawing board and just created it. And the clients love it because they have no pain on their joints and they feel superhuman.
It's like you're the living rendition of Superman on those things. That's great.
You'll love it. It's definitely a high. It really is. It's gonna work out.
It's like an anti-gravity workout. Yeah.
It is.
Great idea. Now let's talk about this lawsuit because the day before you launched it, or I say the day after you launched it, Governor DeSantis announced that the gyms would be opening here in Florida. Not the rest of the country. A lot of it's still on lockdown. But yet you followed through with the lawsuit. First of all, you don't think that the announcement from DeSantis had anything to do with your lawsuit or any of the other lawsuits, do you?
I can't say yes, but it's kind of ironic, the timing. Here's the thing. April, our President Trump says, get back to work, open the economy. Right. That was a green light to the people, okay? The governors heard it loud and clear like we the people heard it loud and clear. They decided to still pick and choose who they wanted to open up. Meanwhile, you're seeing more and more businesses shut down. And people are saying, well, they were on the cusp of shutting down. Give them a chance. Maybe something could have happened to save their businesses.
Sure.
That's not what you say. It's not a good, these are people's dreams you're talking about. This is all they had, and they're over. So when the times went by and we're still left behind, enough was enough. So I found Jay, one of the best attorneys here in the state of Florida, and I said, look, I'm looking at these laws. Am I right here? Did they not break numerous? And he goes, yes, they did. So he took the case immediately, served the papers to the governor's office, and within the 24 hours, they're going to talk about gyms tomorrow. Then we're opened up. But here's the thing. There's other counties where they're not open up here in the state of Florida. Other gyms still aren't open. He has the authority to open everybody up. They have the right to open back up.
Sure.
If they get a lawyer, civil law attorney in place, they can open back up. Unfortunately, this is what we have to do right now.
Yeah, you got to put out more money out of your pocket to open the doors up just because you have to hire a lawyer. Now, I noticed in Ohio, there's an article maybe we'll put up on the screen where a gym owner sued the state over the closure of the gyms and actually got a temporary injunction to open against whatever the governor's ruling was, which is great because it definitely sets a precedent that, as you said, it's unconstitutional to pretty much close these gyms to begin with. And I don't understand what the problem is, because if people are afraid of getting COVID because they're going to go to the gym, then they don't have to go. This is a voluntary type of service. This is not like saying you got to go back to school, okay, where everyone is going to be equally infected. I mean, if you don't want to go to the gym and you're worried or you're old or you're in one of those high-risk categories of being immunocompromised, you just don't have to go.
Well, I was telling Aaron, I'm sick of it. I'm so sick of it. This has nothing to do with the party. This has everything to do for our constitutional right. I feel like I'm grounded, and I'm just like, when can we get out? Can I go to work now, please?
Right? Can I work? Can I work an 18-hour day? Yeah.
Let's see what happens next week. Are you kidding me? We're adults. What is happening to America? And people have allowed this. And so many want to say something, but they don't know how to say something. And I said, I'm going to take a stance. And I know I'm going to get backlash, and I'm going to have people angry with me. But it's over. This is done. Because if we keep allowing this, it's over, Dave. Look at it now. You got states with Nazis running it.
Yeah, well, and then there's people turning in people, too. My friend Louis Uredell, I had him on the show 2 weeks ago. He got arrested in Oceanside, California, because he opened his gym. And it was because someone ratted him out. Like, it reminds you of like World War II, and the people were ratting the Jews out, and saying, oh, they're hiding in that house over there, to the Nazis.
That's what they were saying.
Right.
And some people are like, it's going to be okay. It's not okay. Are you guys not seeing what's happening around you? and I was telling Aaron, so Monday, what's Monday? We're going to go honor our men and women that serve the country, correct?
Correct. Memorial Day, yeah.
They sacrificed their lives for our freedom, our choice. And now this is how we say thanks to them.
Well, there's a policy of fear out there. They want to try to make everyone scared so that whatever policies they institute, people will accept. And I mean, that's a typical psychological, I think it's like psychological warfare they're playing on us, essentially. Get everyone so scared that we're willing to give up all our rights. Hey, just protect us, please protect us. We'll do anything you tell us, And I think it got to the point where people are sick of it now, and people are willing to go to jail for it, and they're willing to. The funny thing is that my friend Lewis got arrested, but they won't book anyone or put anyone in prison because they're not taking any prisoners in California. So they just released him on his own recognizance. As soon as he got there, that was it. There was no bail. There was nothing, and it's almost a joke. It's like they're trying to arrest. The idea of arresting someone is more of another fear tactic. That once you call their bluff, they don't even arrest you. They take you down to the station and they release you.
Right. And and this is why I took the stance, is to show the businesses you have a right. You have a right. It's not, look what I'm doing, it's look what we can do. And if we get our rights back, we can win and get America back and stop this nonsense. Because it's getting out of control.
Now, if DeSantis had not opened the gyms on Monday, would you have opened anyway?
Yes.
And would you be willing to have gone to jail also, like got arrested if someone had said something?
It's a way it has to be done. The way the lawyer had set it up, they couldn't touch me if I opened up.
Oh, really? Oh, cool.
Yes, because it's breaking the constitutional statute for Florida and our constitutional rights.
So people who are watching this, and maybe in other states, 'cause I have a lot of friends that are gym owners. I mean, I could probably name off 50 people who are gym owners. Obviously, because I'm entrenched in this industry. What should they do if they want to open their gyms? Do you have any advice for them? That's really why I'm doing this interview.
Yes. So every state's different with the statute of laws that are put in place. Where our state is the right to work state. Mm-hmm. Okay. And the way our statutes are put in place here in Florida, if you are, if they pretty much seize your property like they did after a certain length of time, a hurricane, things like that, that's understandable. There's a time period. Right. But long going, now they've seized your property until they tell you it's okay. They have to pay you what you lost.
Oh, there's reparation.
Yes. And people don't know that.
What's the reparation rate?
I have it in my, it's what you lost, what you.
Okay, so each gym would be different according to what you make on a regular basis.
Show their papers, what you make. But here's the thing, which Dave, this was the season when they made the most money.
Right.
And then downs in the summer. So they closed us when we made the most to when we slow down in the summer, we still have money in the bank to float for the summer.
Right, the snowbirds come in the winter here in Florida, so you make more money during the winter months, whereas in the summer it's a little slower. I got you.
Yeah, and they're forgetting this. It's like, well, so what? You got to close down, reopen back up in June or July. It's not that easy. And people that don't own a business don't understand it.
Right.
They have no clue. But for the other people, I would highly, highly recommend, there are civil law attorneys out there. You want a civil law attorney. Mm-hmm. A lot of them will work with you. Not everyone's crazy expensive. Research the people, and they have to follow their guidance. What I do know, so let's say, like in Broward County right now here in Florida, they're still shut down, right? They could get a restraining order. You have to do it on the governor and on the county.
Right.
Then with the lawsuit, you now can legally open back up and not be touched.
Really? So
that is my understanding on how they are doing this. And this is what my lawyer did. He put it all together and said, go open the gym. Great. Well, here we are. You got to open up the gym. But the sad thing is, it's not all gyms are open yet.
Right. Not all, I didn't know that. I thought all the gyms in Florida were open, but evidently you're saying they're not. It was done on a county by county basis.
The mayors, I guess, in Broward County,
Miami-Dade, Broward.
Yeah, they fought it. And here's the thing: we have to keep this in place because they want to shut us back down again. So they're fighting against the governor about shutting us down. So now it's like they're saying, "What are you doing, keeping them open? Shut them down, shut them down." So right now it's a tug of war game. And my lawyer says you got to keep it this way because it could turn around in a month. You have to shut back down.
Right, I see what you're saying. So now you're kind of covered now, I guess.
Right, and that's where all the people need to understand. You have to have someone to protect you.
Right.
You really do, because right now what people are doing is only listening to what they're told to do. Right. They're forgetting they have rights and laws that are set in place for the people.
Have you seen a lot of people coming to your studio, or are people scared still?
They're scared. A lot of our clients are going to be coming back in. Some of the clients are nervous. You know, they've made the gyms look really bad, Dave. Like
Well, I mean, I think that you probably can catch any disease at any gym anytime if you're immunocompromised. I mean, let's face it. I mean, any place where there's sweating going on a regular basis, you can clean the machines every single time someone's on there. There's still germs anywhere you go where you're exercising and sweating. So you could get just as sick on any day of the year at any gym because of that. But if you have an immune system that functions well, you're not going to get sick from it. That's the key.
Exactly.
And most people who work out are much healthier than the general population, too.
They are, yes. Thank you. And they wipe down. You know, I've been in the big gyms. I watch the people, they wipe down, they're respectful to the next person getting on the machine.
Especially given what we're going through now. I mean, I don't think that there's not one person out there that wouldn't spray down their machine after they use it because that they want to have that right to go to the gym and work out. I would do it, you know.
Exactly. So I've had people say to me, why are you doing this? You know, Florida's doing good right now. Florida only looks good right now compared to the other states. We're still closed down. Yeah. We're not even in phase 2 or 3 yet.
Sure.
President Trump in April was like, open up. The other day, he's mad and he's like, enough's enough. We're losing our economy.
We're almost in June already. Come on. I mean, it's crazy.
Yes. And some people want to wait till August or September. Now, you know, we've got the letter from the Department of Agriculture. They didn't have a time frame when we were going to open back up. We got that letter May 8th.
And that's probably more accurate than what the other people are telling us, I'm sure.
Yeah, here's the letter. So they're not even giving us a time frame. So I make a phone call. They say it could be June or July. Really?
Wow.
You're kidding.
Yeah.
So what else am I going to do? Just sit back and let them control all of us and not take a stance?
And I bet your landlord still wants his rent every month, right?
Yeah. Look at a lot of people. They had to shut down because they didn't have good landlords. You had landlords that did not care.
Right.
You know, this is how I make my living. You pay or you go.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
It became a domino effect.
It's crazy. Well,
And
I'm glad you guys are taking a stance. And if anyone wants to work out and do that crazy Astro Durance workout, which I thought looked amazing, you guys, you're open. So P2 Training, give us the address where people can check it out in Cape Coral.
It's 324 Nicholas Parkway West in Cape Coral, Florida. We're Suite F. You'll definitely see the 2 signs.
Cool.
But I just want people to remember something, that we have our laws set in place for a reason. And it's not to go create a problem. It's to save what you worked hard for.
Yeah.
And understand. And maybe it's time for people to start opening up their history books and reread and know what their constitution rights are, know what their
people are afraid of their shadows. You know that, Patty. And then that's the problem. They want freedom, but they're not afraid to stand up for their freedom. They're like, let someone else do it, because they don't want to start trouble. They don't want to be the person that actually has to put it out there and risk something. And that's most of society, right? I mean, that's why we get into these messes where, how did this guy get in power? I don't even know, because everyone just was compliant, because no one wants to actually go out of their comfort zone and stick up for their rights. So I'm glad you're doing it. I'm glad the guy in Ohio is doing it. My friend Lewis is doing it over there in LA. I have a friend in Texas that's doing it. As more people stand up, the laws are going to get, the government's going to have they're going to have no recourse but to open all these gyms across the country. And then finally, I think we'll start getting back to normal, at least on the athletic front. As far as every other business goes, I don't know, but I feel bad for the small business owner, because they do have their life poured into these gyms. I have another friend who owns a gym called Smitty's Gym. They're experiencing the same thing. They got to open these gyms up so these people can survive.
Wait. What do you think about the one gyms? I saw it on my friend's page, and I had to make an emoji, and he was like, can you believe this? They had to wear a face mask when they did cardio.
Yeah, I know. Talk about hypoxia training, right? Holy mackerel. Yeah. And then people will be dropping dead of heart attacks because they got carbon dioxide poisoning,
Sense, people. It's common sense.
I almost pass out of the supermarket when I wear the stupid mask I got to wear, because I'm walking around at Sam's Club that's like 6 miles wide, and the next thing I know, I'm like hyperventilating because I can't get enough oxygen in. So I understand what you're saying. It is ridiculous, but I don't mind restrictions, but they should not be shutting down businesses, because that's going to crash our economy. And so
I think it already has.
Yeah, well, hopefully we can make a comeback. Thank you both for coming on the show, and keep that lawsuit going. Keep us updated, and good luck and best of luck with obviously the business.
Thank you, Dave.
And Patty, aren't you running for office or something like that?
Yes, that's why this was scary. Yes, I'm running for city council.
When's that election?
And I'm standing behind businesses, small businesses.
Yeah.
And we have people that fly around the world that come into my studio, and I teach them how to open up the businesses with the bungee. And that's why I had to take a step forward. Now, how do you save your business? And it was tough.
Are you franchising that business, that Astro Durance? Are you franchising that to other people?
No, we sell it.
Oh.
We sell it to all gyms and fitness studios, and we do workshops. So we train them, and especially people that want to open up a business, we show them how to do it.
That's cool. That's very cool. So I bet you a lot of people will contact you. So if anyone out there, any of our audience wants to implement that in their gym, what do they have to put it, like in an aerobics studio or something like that? How do you do this?
It's pretty simple. I can go over everything with them. It's really not that difficult. Okay. We do. Here's another thing. You keep it 6 foot apart.
There you go. That's why, social distancing. As you're flying through the air,
Yes.
We gotta get you to come to the studio.
Yeah, you're gonna love it.
Yeah. I gotta come down there, and I gotta do a little video with Tyler, my video guy, one of these days. After the quarantine's over, if it's ever over. We might be doing like this forever. Hey guys, thank you so much for joining us today and putting the word out there, and you're doing some great stuff, and keep up.
I want to make one thing clear, though, so that people can understand this. Sure. This lawsuit is not going after the taxpayer money. There was money that's set in place that is supposed to take care of the businesses, and that's the monies we're going after. I just want to make that loud and clear, and for all the business owners to understand they need to fight for their rights as well.
Well, I feel bad for, a lot of these relief funds that they're sending out are predicated on the fact that you made income last year. Now, if you're a new business, like I know my friend at Smitty's Gym is a new business, they just opened in January. They have no prior books or so they can't get any of the relief funds because of that. So how's that helping those guys, that just opened?
And that's what people aren't thinking about. So I said there's so much we can cover that it's like, when the news hit on me, it's like a little blurb. It's like, and people don't get that. And I'm glad you brought that up.
No. Yeah, the CARES Act is out there.
The CARES Act is out there for a reason.
Yeah, guys, talk to your lawyers in your separate states. Find out the laws, and don't be sheep and sit there. Take action if you want to save your gyms. That's the message we're delivering today. I'm Dave Palumbo with an RX Muscle special news update.